more ministers sacked. Is the president's plan becoming clear? I mean, are we heading towards a quick restructuring of government or to an all-out crisis?
Well, that's certainly what the president's trying to do. He started ruling by executive decree. We've seen that today and tomorrow he's actually shut down all administrations for a 2-day period. He's also announced that an extension of the curfew. The curfew will also be earlier. This may be also an opportunity to help control the streets. The Prime Minister last night said that he accepted the decision. He was stepping down. He said he was willing to help in any way he could as well. So it's really just the Parliament at this moment, especially the parties in Parliament who were governing, who are still holding out. There are a few institutions that have criticized the president as well. They've either unions have called for him to keep things within the constitutional limits, to have this be a temporary measure to quickly appoint a new prime minister. At the same time, we've also seen the Supreme Judicial Council saying that they disagree with the president's taking of judicial powers, appointing himself state prosecutor. So we see different state bodies that are asserting their independence to one degree or another. We'll see if this sets up a clash with the president or whether they'll be able to carve out some power for themselves as we go forward.
You mentioned there a curfew imposed, controls been taken maybe to limit action on the street, but we're also hearing, Fadil, of the shutdown of many media outlets, Al Jazeera among them, but more, if I understand correctly. Tell us a bit more what's happening there.
Well, we know about the Al Jazeera shutdown. Al Jazeera journalists had been saying that security officials had come into the offices, and at the time they had made sure that a broadcast didn't go out. The Al Jazeera offices here were giving quite a lot of media attention to the Ennahda party, the Islamist party, which had been governing, had supporting the previous government the most strongly. And at the time, they were giving them quite a few interviews. The Speaker of Parliament, Rashid Ghannouchi, and the head of Ennahda was giving quite a few interviews for Al Jazeera. They have been the most vocal opponents of what the president has done. They've put out statements condemning it once again, condemning the president, saying that it's not legitimate, that it's not constitutional. So this may be one reason that the president moved, perhaps it was the president, we're still not clear, to block some of the Al Jazeera Tunis office. This is again the Arabic station, not the English station of Al Jazeera. At the same time, we've also seen the National Journalist Syndicate put out a statement saying that they condemn this, also saying that they condemn other attacks on journalists. Again, one other independent institution that is going to try very hard in the next few days to try and assert some independence, despite what seems to be a shutting down of some of the other forms of democratic institutions that we've seen up to this point develop since 2011 in Tunisia.
Fadil, for now, thanks very much indeed. Fadil Aliriza, our correspondent in Tunis.